Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Landon Bears Broadcasting Network.
Landon Bears Broadcasting Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Landon Bears Broadcasting Network.
There's a shot from Reed. He scores! He scores! Reed, back on!
That's with the cutter. Takes him behind the back shot. Antonetti.
Back. Once a man deep. It's Southworth.
He catches it! Dean Southworth over his defender!
Unbelievable! Open man.
Johnson, big hit! UB Zaid!
Bergon over to Damian. Hit shot.
Good move, keeps the puck. And a big hit by Christian Benner.
Let's go Bears!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Landon Bears Broadcasting Network. I'm Sutton Smith today. You got a great one Friday afternoon. It's a beautiful day out here over at Landon. The Bears are taking on the Saints over from Alexandria, Virginia. St. Stephen's, St. Agnes. Landon coming into this game on a 8 or 7 game winning streak. And St. Stephen's, unfortunately, is like 3-4 on the season. It is the first IC game for the Bears, and hopefully come out of this one. They just played Riverside on Tuesday, won 20-3. Riverside being one of the better public schools in Virginia, and hopefully today see a great offensive game, great defensive game from the Bears, and hopefully they come out of this one. I believe last year Landon played them twice in the season. First time in the regular season, I think that was 15-6 maybe. And then we played them in the IC semis where we beat them to a similar score of probably 15-6. See if that repeats today, and hope to have a good game. Looking forward a few weeks on the Bears schedule. I believe next week they're going to have Gonzaga might be next Friday. I'm going to look at it real quick. Okay, so St. Stephen's today, next Tuesday, Severna Park next Friday, St. Albans, and then the following Tuesday. Wait. Let me look these dates real quick. Okay, so the 4th is today. Next Tuesday is Severna Park. That following the 11th. Okay, some tough games coming out for the Bears. I mean, one of the, I guess, bit of a harder schedule. Playing Gonzaga and Bolus soon. As the Bears win the first face-off, this is Stewart. Over to Murray. Murray cutting back. Loses it. I believe he Might have gone in the crease. That'll be a turnover. St. Stephen's to start. Getting across all the way down. There is an open goal. St. Stephen's now to start. First offensive position for the Saints. Behind the net. Up top. The dodge here on McConna. Good defense there by Neverovsky. Makes him drop his stick. And the Bears coming out with, I believe, Nico Pedraza. Pedraza down to the defense. Aiden Cassidy. Gonna go fast here. Cassidy using his speed. Has a step. Took that shot to wide left. Murray picking it up. Now Murray. Murray hitting McConna. Neverovsky trying to muscle in. There's Stewart over to Southworth. And a shot from Caden, also wide, 41 on the shot clock. Picked up by Murray again. Good stick there by the St. Stephen's defense. They've been pretty good so far. I mean, you're only about 3 minutes in. Not even 2 minutes, but Landon has got nothing to go. No shots on net. St. Stephen's goalies had nothing to worry about so far, as that's picked up by Southworth. Now Caden. Cross. Over to Cassidy. Timeout. Maybe. No, just referees called something. Cassidy will start. I believe it was a issue with the shot clock. Cassidy's going to start. Gives that over to Papelia. Over to Luger. Luger down to McConna. Excuse me, Matt Cohen. Cycling from the Bears. Open Luger. Going to wait. Back over to Luger. Spins on his left hand. Gets hit. Open Papelia. Takes a shot. And a nice save there by the St. Stephen's goalies. It nearly goes back into his own net. All the way down. Ball on the ground. Smink's closest to it. He comes out with it. Eli. Great hustle there by Eli Smink, and he's still in. Cassidy's just going to wait. Coach has called yellow. Smink's going to go back over. Up to Cohen, all the way up to Luger. He'll dodge here. Shot from afar from Luger. Another great save. Ball down, picked up by Cassidy. Gets shoved from behind. Cassidy has some speed. No look pass over to Murray. Behind his net. Over to Stewart. McConna coming on, so is Caden. He gives that to McConna. The dodge here from Southworth. The inside hits McConna, fake shot, has some space, and he scores. McConna Neverovsky to open it for the Bears. Fakes the shot, goes inside, and off the hop. Gets it to go. Landon up 1-0. That's won by Hayden Goose. They commit to Michigan. Goose still with it. Stick got checked, but he was able to get it to Hawkins. Now Cassidy. McConnell gonna wait, give it to Stewart. Stewart over to Southworth. On his left hand, tried hitting the open man, Sean Murray. I mean, he had a wide open goal. Perfect cut there, just unable to connect. Now St. Stephen's. Trying to get across. Gets shoved out of bounds, and it will be Landon ball. Southworth to start. There's some great hustle there by the Landon offense. Southworth to McConnell. Back to Caden. He drops it. St. Stephen's now to try and clear again. He's got to wait. Just kind of heaves it towards Derwinski. Papelia with it. Swinging it around. Over to McConnell. Back over to Luger. Luger's still waiting. Great passing here from the Bears. And another drop. Cohen recovers. He's going to just fire. Timeout called by St. Stephen's with 4:56 to go in this first quarter. Score is 1-0. Coming back out. 20 in the shot clock. There's Cohen. Gives to Luger. Now Murray has to get something to go. He does. Fires it top right. Sean Murray, the senior captain, getting it done. Landon up by 2. I mean, not as explosive as a start from Tuesday, but I mean, Tuesday was just an incredible offensive showing. I mean, you put up 20 goals with 11 in the first quarter. Nonetheless, I mean, the Bears, they're winning this game, and I think that you could say they're winning comfortably. I mean, Steven Rizzo hasn't had to take a shot or save a shot yet. Landon wins the faceoff, so they stay on offense. Jonas Hawkins behind his own net. Gets that back up to Cassidy, all the way up top to Cohen. Now Stewart in with a step. McConnell looking for a second. Now to Southworth. Fakes, tries to go inside. Open man, Cutter, but there was a stick in there. Now Murray somehow comes out with that. Stewart, back over to Murray, to Caden, to Murray, back to Stewart. All the way up top for the Dodger. Pick from Stewart, doesn't use it. Stewart still on his own. Cassidy has some step here. Gets stripped to the last second, I believe, by the goalie. Landing with 50 on the shot clock. There's Murray. Shot from Cassidy. A fire shot there. Had some heat. Top right again. Aiden Cassidy to put it up by 3. Goose on the faceoff, wins it forward, nearly stumbles. Comes out with it, no need to worry. Hits an open Schmidt. Schmidt nearly got there. Still with it, sends it across. He'll walk over. St. Stephen's now. Off the dodge. Still holds. Some good defense there by Luger. And intercepted by Jacob Derwinski on his own. He's got some speed. Open Murray, shot from afar. Off the bounce, a good save. Now sent all the way down. Here's the dodge. He's going to step back, gets doubled. Fake shot, swallowed by the Landon defense. Picked up by Luger. Now in the clear. Easily gets past midfield. Over to Hawkins. Back to Cassidy, Landon's offense. All of them coming in. Just under a minute to go in this first quarter. Cohen. There's Pake. Pake just running with it. Gonna dodge back. Spin. Spins again. Has a step. Now Hawkins. Cohen. On his left hand, shoots. And that goes way up high. Murray. On his own, while falling down, took a shot. 14 on the shot clock. 13 in the quarter. Cassidy. Cuts back. Good move there. Hit an open cutter, Murray. And unable to finish. Got 3 seconds. Got to do something here, Cohen. Just got to fire. He does. And scores, but they won't count it. Unfortunate for Cohen there, as he nearly got one as time was winding down. That'll do it for the first quarter. Landon up by 3. Second quarter coming in just a sec in this first game of ISC play. The next ISC team that they play is St. Albans here. And St. Albans having a little bit of a down year. I mean, they're 4-6 but they've had I guess a relatively tough schedule. They lost 17-5 against Benjamin. After St. Albans, they then travel to Bolus about a week later. That will be the biggest test since, I guess, Haverford earlier on the season. As here's Talon. Smith wins the faceoff on his own. Could take a shot here. He will, and he scores. Talon Smith is so good at that. Getting the ball from the faceoff, running in on his own, using his speed, and then sniping it top left, top right. Landing up now by 4. And he'll take that face off again. Just a little bit of early movement. It'll be St. Stephen's ball. A bit of a missed pass. It'll be McConna to take it out. McConna gonna spin out of that. He's got some moves. Just gonna give that to Cassidy. Now Cassidy up to Stewart. Good stick there. Disrupts the pass. McConna. Over to Murray. Southwick back to Murray. Stewart. And going on his own, takes a shot. Hit the body of the St. Stephen's goalie. No hold called. Ball stuck in midline. There's Murray. Landon so far, I mean, we saw in the last game, they've been great with stopping the clear. And if it gets over, they'll stop them immediately. As there's another rifle from Aiden Cassidy. Gets his brace. Landon now up by 5 with 10:28 to go in the second quarter. But I mean, it's the little things like that. Stopping the clear, taking smart shots. That's what wins you games. And Landon is a well-coached team, so they know that. And they've done a great job with it so far this season. I mean, no major mistakes are made every game. Face-off is won by Landon again. Luger waiting. Over to Cohen. Now Mack. Using his speed. Takes a shot. Now Murray. Received a pick from Hawkins. Hawkins falls down, and they'll call, I guess, a illegal screen on him. So now St. Stephen's with their goalie out of the net. Oh, nice move there from the pole. Picked up by Rizzo on the breakout to Derwinski. Over to Hawkins. A little bit of an odd man rush. Derwinski's wide open. Chooses not to fire. Murray rolls that over Southworth. Over to Stewart. Then commit. Now McConna. Fakes to his left. Hits Stewart. Open Cassidy around the net. Cassidy cuts back. Open Stewart. Takes a shot. And he scores. Hits the bottom left. No goalie stopping that. Good shot there by Stewart. Dev with his first goal of the game. And they ended up by 6. Another step from Talon, and not this time a good save. St. Stephen's got to get it over. He's going to get shoved out. Great hustle there by Murray and Cassidy. Landon's offense hoping to extend the lead. Here with Dev. It's Cassidy. McConna. Still moving. Southworth. Over to Dev. Back to Southworth. Goes inside, takes a shot. Just wide. Open Cassidy. Now Stewart from afar. Nice save. Picked up by Smink. St. Stephen's unable to connect. Now Southworth. Cassidy now. Landon moving the ball. Southworth cuts back. Good move there. Gets doubled. Spins around. Man falls down. And Hawkins, sidearm shot to the top right. Jonas Hawkins. Nice shot there. Talon Smith taking the face-off. Wins it. Smith gonna hit it around to Cassidy. Now Luger. Good slide there by St. Stephen's. Cassidy. Open Papalia. Back over to Luger. Now Cohen. On his left hand. Spins back. Hits Papalia. Papalia spins back. Tries muscling in. Now they'll dodge up top with Cohen. Mack has some open area. Hits an open. Murray off the crossbar. This time not in. Murray. Failure. Open cutter. Cassidy, nice save there. Papalia. Odd man. Shot there from Sean Murray this time. He gets it to go through the legs. Bounce never fails. Landon up by 8. This again, won by Talon. Now Makana. Backing up, just going to float that towards the stick of Stewart. Now to dodge up top, Southworth. Caden. Good slide there. Off the bounce, picked up by St. Stevens. Now they're clear. Kind of just heaves that towards the goalie. It ended up working out. This time, no. As actually, I think they call a push. Defense there by Smink, pretty locked down. Intercepted by Charlie Fields. Committed to Kenyon. Loses his stick. Good defense there by Caden. Now on his left hand. Stopped by DeSano. DeSano getting around the screen. Shot off the post. Now Southworth gonna come out with that. And he'll just wait. Gets it down back to Southworth. Head full of steam. Had a shooting lane and sent. Intercepted by Murray. Wide open. Hawkins. No. Great save. Now just floated towards. Wow, and Cassidy is. When Logan Cassidy's on you, it's not a great sign. I mean, you want to get the ball away from you as soon as possible, or else something like that's going to happen. Timeout called by the Bears. Scores 8-0. Just under 2 minutes till halftime. All right, I'm joined alongside here by a fellow member of the Bears Broadcasting Club here at Landon, Finn Zente. He's currently cameraing, so Thanks for that. But also looking into not just this game, but the future ahead for the Bears. I mean, they're on fire right now. How do you think that they can keep that fire to hopefully end the season on to continue this winning streak?
I mean, I think we're working well. The start of the season was a bit rough, but I think we've fixed that, and we're in a better place now. As long as we keep working hard, working as a team, I think we'll be able to continue to do well and end the season off on a good note.
And yeah, it's a. I've said this before, but it's a similar storyline to last year. I started the season off a little rough, 2-2, went on a 15 game winning streak, won the ISC championship by a landslide, and ended 6th in the nation. To repeat that would be great, especially after we graduated a class full of talent, and this year we're graduating a class full of talent. I mean, there's a lot of talent here over at 6101 Wilson Lane, and I think that currently the score and how the rest of the season will go will prove that. As here's Papalia off the screen. Nice move there. Cuts back. Now down to X. Cassidy. Muscling in. It's just going to wait. Now spins. Again, spins. Nearly got through. Ball in the air. Picked up by St. Stephen's. Now on the clear. Not something that they've been great at. Gonna send that across. Floats that. Little bit of a hospital pass. And, I mean, Rizzo, I think he was out of net to get there. As here's Hawkins looking for his brace. Tries getting it right beneath the goalie's feet. That goes out of bounds. Cassidy pick up with 31 to go in this quarter. Timeout called by the Bears. Just under 30 seconds till halftime. See what Coach Wilma Gettigan has draw up. With 30 to go, off the timeout, I think St. Stephen's here is just hoping that the best player on their team, the goalies, could stop. I mean, a shot here. I mean, I guess the last thing you want to go into halftime, other than being down, is to be down by an uncomebackable score. I don't know if I used the correct word there, but I mean, it's already 8. It's kind of hard to come back from that. Saw it last year from the Bears, though, when they played Gonzaga. That was a great game. That 11-10 overtime winner by Kevin Miller and Chase Robertson had 4 goals that game. Kind of led the Bears whenever all their momentum died. Here's Hawkins. Over to Stewart. Stewart now takes a shot, and he scores. Devin Stewart nearly putting this into double digits, but just under 2 seconds to go. And landed up by 9. face-off was won by Talon, and he took a weird backhanded shot that actually had a lot of power on that. But anyway, that'll do it. Halftime coming up, halftime report coming up, and we will see you when that report is. I believe they have halftime for about 15 minutes, so stay tuned. All right, this is the halftime report. Landed up by 9, comfortably winning this game. Few braces, I believe. Cassidy had 2. Snipes. Stewart. Dev Stewart has a brace. And I mean, I guess the thing I'd say right now is that you want to keep momentum. I mean, if the second half looks anything like this first half, then some of the bench will start filling the field. And I mean, whenever you can get your bench on, I think that's a successful game. As we saw last game, they got all 4 goalies playing, with the Calzi finishing it out. So I will look ahead at Landon's schedule. I'm sure most of you guys who watch these streams consistently probably have that schedule memorized because I've mentioned it a lot of times. But looking forward, after this game, you got Severna Park. I believe that's a public school. They're 4-0, but they are in the... Okay, so yeah, they're a public school. They're in Class 3A, so like they're playing teams like Arundel. Who else? There are a lot of public schools in Maryland. Okay, so they're in the class of like, let's see who it's Howard, Poolesville, Oakdale. Oh wait, Oakdale and Poolesville, that's 2A. Like Frederick, Rockville, Damascus, Magruder. So that game should be... I mean, I don't know. I don't know how good Severna Park is. I thought that Riverside was good, and we know how that game went. They've won every single game very comfortably. I mean, they won. They beat Marriott Ridge 13-2, and they won 23-0, but they won Arundel. That's next Tuesday. After that Friday is St. Albans. And Albans, that I haven't really looked much into them. I know that they had a rough loss against good counsel earlier on in the season. They got beat by 6 to Prep. They lost to Gilman and Severn, who we beat in in 2 of our first 3 games. Right after that, though, we got Gonzaga. And while Gonzaga might not be the best team we play all season, they're probably going to give us our best game. Doesn't matter how good they are. It's like last year. They gave us a run for our money, and they were pretty good last year, but that's here. That's at 5:00. That'll be a fun game. Immediately after that, we then go to Bolus, where that will probably be our best game. I mean, Bolus, they're good. They've got that 5-star Jackson Maher, who's committed to, I think it might be Princeton. No, he's going to Penn. Okay. I mean, they're a very solid team. They have a lot of 4-stars, and a 5-star. Beat them last year, 13-8, maybe. And they have lost to St. Paul's and Archbishop Spalding. Spalding's good, though, so that's respectable. Beat Gonzaga by 1. And they beat Episcopal Academy from Pennsylvania during that Pennsylvania versus IAC weekend where we played Haverford. Prep played Malvern. I think St. Stephen's played someone else, maybe. They played Penn Charter, who is 0-7 on the season. But that'll probably do it for the halftime report. And looking into the weeks ahead, stay tuned for the second half. Hoping for it to be similar to this one. And yeah, we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes. We're back for the third quarter. As that's won by Goose. Picked up by Chipperfield and East fires. Goalie ball. St. Stephen's. Fires towards the net. Will he get there? No. Derwinski over to Cassidy. Now across midfield with Southworth. They'll slow it down. Let their guys come in. Hawkins. Amconic up top. Stewart fakes to his right and shoots it low to high. Snipes it to the side of the net. There's a hat trick for Devin Stewart. Landon now in double digits. Hughes on the faceoff. Wins it. Cassidy. Cohen. Over to Murray. Murray has a step, hits a cutter. Hawkins loses it to the goalie. Now sent towards the net. St. Stephen's trying to catch Landon off guard. St. Stephen's trying to get something to go. There's basket on D. A shot from afar. Saved by Rizzo. Now basket over. Nico will give that to Cassidy. Aiden Cassidy off the screen from Bascott. Waits. Gives it to Papelia. Cohen now. Back over to Luger. Luger hits Sean. Fake shot from Sean. Now, Luger gonna fire. Just wide, picked up by Hawkins. Now Cohen. Murray with 7 seconds. Has to go. And saved by the St. Stephen's goalie. Get fired to the middle. And St. Stephen's now. bringing all their guys in. Good stick there by James Schmidt. Now a shot, and a nice save there by Rizzo. Cassidy with it. Shot there from Murray, and a nice save goes back to Murray. Push from behind. St. Stephen's still waiting. There's Charlie Fields on defense. 40 on the shot clock. Here's the dodge. Trying to make his way inside while falling down. Flag goes down. Looks like Fields will be called for something. Stop it. St. Stephen's on a man-up opportunity. Shot saved by Rizzo. I mean, he's been so consistent. I mean, had a lot of clutch saves against Haverford, kept us in the game. Had a lot against Mount St. Joe's. There's a shot from afar from the pole. And I mean, he was backing up Zach Abramson last year, who's also a spectacular goalie. Landon has always been, like, I guess, really good with, or their goalies have always been really good.
And that's one of the important parts of the game. Is here's Southworth off the hop. Hawkins. Over to McConna. I don't know if he did a toe drag or something like that. Southworth on his left hand, gonna go to his right. Hits an open Murray, and Murray sidearm top right. What else do you expect from this Landon team? Snipes all day. Here's Luger. Luger to Pelia. Now to Cohen. Cohen gonna fake a shot. He always slips. Now he's got a chance on his right. Here's Murray. Back to Luger. Now Luger trying to muscle in, spins back. Looking for someone open. Hits Sean. Now Pelia. Pelia's got to go. Shot from afar off the post. Nearly in for Joey P. Still landing ball. Cohen up top. Luger back to Cohen. Cohen from afar had some fire on that. Now Murray has a step here. Off the bounce, another good save. This St. Stephen's goalie deserves a lot more credit than I'd assume he gets. There we reset up top with Murray. Murray on his left hand this time gets to go. Sean Murray, left hand to the bottom right corner and landed up by 12. Now Murray again. Oh my goodness. Talon Smith, great playmaking. St. Stephen's barely had any time to think there. Only 4 seconds did it take. Sean Murray just under a minute to go. Gives that to Dusty. Dusty had a hat trick last game against Riverside. I believe somehow the only player to have a hat trick. Now Steese. Back to Dusty. Rhodes across to Hawkins, who fires. Will be landing ball with Steese. Murray fakes. Still cycling. Some good movement here from the Bears. And there it is from Cassidy. Another late quarter goal from the Bears. And this time puts them up by 14. $15 seconds to go in the third quarter. One back by Kedron Smith. Kind of flips it forward for Aiden Collins. He comes out with that. Got 7 seconds. Kicks it forward for Bascott. And he's got a fire. Oh, and he hits him directly in the head. That's got to hurt. That'll do it for the third quarter. We're coming back in the fourth in just a bit. Give us probably a minute. St. Stephen's ball. They're hoping to get their first goal of the game. Good defense there from Collins, and I guess the flag comes down. And there's a shot saved by Eli Green. Now some movement. There's a shot. It was unable to get through. Now Bergstrom. Dusty Rhodes in on his own with Bascott. Tiller. Over to Pake. Justice. Sean. Nothing there. Gives it back to Rhodes. Now Dusty. Looking for someone open. There's Tiller. Tiller has some strength off the bounce. Goes up and over. And picked up by Dox. Mac Dox. Steese, the good fake there. Probably could have shot it. Now Pake just has to fire on his left hand. He will. It hits the goalie, so it will reset. Smith. He'll wait. Up to Pake, back to Ducks. Back to Pake. A little bit of a miscommunication there. Steese. Open. Tiller had to turn and shoot. It will be goalie ball. Now hoping to clear. Good D or hustle from both teams there, actually. Now cross. Gonna dodge here. Running around. Bringing his guys in. Gonna try. And sneak it past Eli Green, and he will. First goal of the game for St. Stephen's. One back. That was Luke Finnell who won that face-off. Dusty. Now the Bears will Start up top with Stees. Or nope, he'll give it back to Pake. Tiller hits a cutting Pake. Now here's Docs. Mac Doc's going to take it himself. Didn't get a lot on that. Now sent all the way down. That just goes out of bounds. Eli Green. Oh. Disaster for the Bears. He's going to fire that towards the net. And he scores 14-2. Bit of a mistake there by Green. A shot. Saved by Green. Give it to Bascott on the clear. He's going to get around. Now Docs in on goal. Sneaks it through. Mac Docs, the freshman. Laying it back up by 13. Luke Finnell in. St. Stephen's in the corner. Receives a pick. There's Wolgemuth. Forces him to the ground. A lot of strength there from Kazin. See what he does here. Gives it to Docs. And a shot from Docs. What a perfect sequence there. As Landon gets back up by 14. This time, won by Kedron. Hits Docs. Stees. Tiller gonna go through. Now there's Tiller using his body. Sent all the way down. And St. Stephen's now. There's a shot. Colt Happ is now in goal. Steese, they're on defense. Now a shot. Didn't get through traffic. Lockdown there from Sean Steese. Just under 2 minutes to go. Good stick there by Steese. And he kind of just forced something. Picked up by Wolgemuth. And now here's Chipperfield. Wants to take it himself. He will. And nearly scores. Landon's bench telling Andrew Chipperfield, hey, Chipper, that went in. Fortunately, doesn't go on the scoreboard. But, I mean, might as well give it to him. Here's Pikes, still somehow standing on his feet. And Docs, I think he tried for Steese, and that just didn't work out. But now, here goes. Time winding down. You got just a minute to go. I mean, I guess St. Stephen's is trying their hardest to get one last, I guess, dignity goal. And he stepped out. So that'll probably do it for the game. Landon can just wait this clock out. I guess they will. Well, they've got to get it past midfield first. There's Tiller. And they'll wait it out with Tristan Allen. Very solid game from the Bears today, as that'll do it. Landon comes out of this 16-2, extends their win streak to 9. Maybe 7, 8 or 7. Nonetheless, great game. I mean, you put double digits in goals against any team, it's always successful. But I'll give you the stat real quick. Five straight games have the Bears put in 12 goals at least, and in 6 of the last 7, they had 12 at least, while only allowing an average of probably 5. But yeah, very solid game. The Bears came into this 9-1, coming out of this 10-1. Looking to next week, Tuesday, Severna Park. That is probably what's on the minds of the Bears right now. Got some film to watch and got some practicing. And for us, we'll be back here Tuesday. Thank you for watching the Landon Bears Broadcasting Network. I'm Sutton Smith, signing out. Stay tuned for Tuesday. And yeah, that's all I got.